get to making fun of Phil Murphy. Let me grab, I wanted to go to Ian in Yardley, PA. Ian, thank you for your patience in holding. What's going on?
Hey, thanks for taking my call. Yeah, I'm a never Trump Republican, and it drives me nuts when I hear you guys talk about, oh, well, you guys just don't like Trump's mean tweets. The fact that Trump is a bleepity bleep is like number 3,000 on his list of negative traits. That's not the reason so many people hate Trump. It's not his mean tweets.
Okay. What is it?
What is it?
Yeah.
You're not going to give me 9 hours to get through everything.
All right, I tell you, I'll make you. Then let's make this simple. Tell me why you're voting for Kamala Harris without bringing up Donald Trump.
I can't. Harris has completely underwhelmed me. But the Democrats could push her aside and nominate a bag of dog crap, and I'll vote for the bag of dog crap.
For you, that it's just your hatred of Trump matters more than anything else. There's not a policy distinction, nothing.
As the grandson of German Jews, I never could wrap my head around. And don't jump on me like, oh, you can't compare him to Hitler. He's like Hitler in some ways. Other ways, he's not.
How is he like Hitler? Is it his Jewish grandkids that make him like? I'm asking you a question. His grandkids are Jewish. Does that make him like Hitler? Yes or no?
Not in that regard. No.
Not in that regard. Okay. So did Hitler move the capital of Israel from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem? Did Hitler do that?
He could care less.
Yes or no? Did he do that? Yes or no? Yes or no? Did Hitler do that? I'm asking you a question. Can you just answer me yes or no?
Of course not.
Of course not. Okay.
No, Hitler did not move the capital.
Hitler did not move the capital.
That's a dumb question.
So how is he like Hitler exactly?
So what I was saying was I could never wrap my head around.
Answer the question. Okay. All right.
Holy man. Can I get a word in or no?
If you can answer my question, yeah.
Well, what's your what was your last question?
Tell me why you're voting for Kamala Harris without bringing up Donald Trump.
Oh, I can't. I just told you, I'm completely underwhelmed by her.
So you literally are willing to just throw away every policy position because of your hatred for one man.
In my opinion.
So what about war? Like you're okay with the war in Ukraine going? Are you okay with the war in Ukraine going on? Are you okay with the war in Ukraine going on endlessly? Yes or no?
No. But it's the price we pay to be free.
The price we pay to be free? What does it have to do with our freedom?
What does that have to do with our freedom? If Russia and Putin take over Ukraine tomorrow, will that affect us next week? No. Will it affect us in a month? No. It might not even affect us for a year. Will it affect us down the road? You got to be crazy if you don't think so.
How does it affect us down the road?
Well, then Putin decides to go into other NATO countries.
Well, if he goes into NATO, the United States has a treaty. The United States has to fight him because we have a NATO treaty. So that you understand the concept of a treaty, right? NATO?
Well, that's how it affects us.
Okay, but that's
right now we have someone else fighting
wait a second.
For us.
That's if Putin invades another country. I asked you about Ukraine. Let's move on to another situation. Are you at all concerned in any way, shape, or form with inflation and the impact it's having on the American people?
Oh, inflation sucks.
Okay, so what? You're ready to keep going with it for another 4 years because you hate Trump that much? So what do you say to the person who's barely getting by right now, but you're fine, you're okay, so you don't care because they're struggling, but so what, right? You hate Trump.
Can I make a couple comments? Or are you just going to cut me off all the time?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. We have the lowest inflation rate in the world. The inflation sucks, but there was this thing called the pandemic that screwed up supply chains around the world.
Right. So
our economy compared to others.
Okay, I'm not going to let you spew. Listen, I'm not going to let you spew nonsense. The inflation we have right now has nothing to do with the pandemic and supply chains. The inflation went up in 2021 because of Biden's spending, and you know that too. Let me ask you another question. You're okay with this open border? Yes or no?
No, they need to do something with it.
But they haven't for 4 years,
It's a joke. Well, they finally got off their asses and did something.
So you admit it's a joke. What have they done? What have they done with it?
What did they Langford and Sinema put together that bipartisan bill, which frankly had everything or almost everything Republicans have been asking for, and Trump killed it.
How did Trump kill it? He's not president.
First.
How did he kill a bill if he's not president? Out of curiosity.
Holy, come on, Rich, don't, it's tough for me to take you seriously that you believe what you're saying, because let's face
Ian,
it, when
with
Trump
all due respect,
along,
it's very tough for me to take seriously a person, excuse me, it's very tough for me to take somebody seriously who says they would vote for a pile of dog crap over Donald Trump. It's very hard for me to take someone seriously who has that level of intellectual ability that you'd be willing to vote for a bag of dog crap over Donald Trump. Your hatred for the man, your animosity towards him is clouding your judgment of issues, and you know that.
If Trump gets in office, the high price of eggs will be the least of our concerns.
What's he going to do?
What's he going to do?
Mm-hmm.
He is destroying our institutions.
What institution did he destroy when he was president for 4 years? What institution did he destroy?
The media. He undermines everything.
Wait a second. The media
undermines
time
everything.
out. The media had their best ratings ever for the 4 years Trump was president. MSNBC and CNN made millions and millions of dollars when Trump was president. How did he destroy the media?
He undermines everything.
How did he destroy the media? You've made a claim. I'm asking you to back it up,
please. Fake news.
Okay, he said fake news. And CNN and MSNBC, were they on the air every night bashing him? Yes or no?
What do you think of what
the New York Times in print
by not endorsing Harris?
I'm sorry, what?
What do you think of the Washington Post not endorsing Harris? Why would Jeff Bezos do such a thing?
I don't know. Why don't you ask him? What do I care? I don't know. I can't explain what Jeff Bezos does.
Oh, it's not because wait, Rich. It's not because that Bezos is maybe concerned about what Trump will screw around with Amazon and his space company.
Okay.
Could it
give
be?
me one reason to vote for Kamala Harris.
No,
I'm going to let you off the phone because you can't. You can't give me one reason to vote for Kamala Harris without saying Donald Trump's name. Give me one.
I'm not concerned. I'm not concerned that she'll try to overturn an election.
So that's it. So that's the one thing. That's all you got for me. That's it. Trump was president.
You know that little. I know it's a little thing. I know all presidents try to overturn elections. It's that little silly thing I'm hung up on.
So then, why don't you vote for Trump and then to win? You don't have to worry about him overturning the election.
It's like saying O.J. Simpson was a great guy. Yeah, I know he killed 2 people, but. Who doesn't kill 2 people? He was so good in The Naked Gun. He's a great guy, great running back.
I got to go.
With January 6th.
Listen, buddy, you got to get your head examined. I'm going to help you out here. Get your head examined. I got to run because Caroline Levitt's here, and she's a lot more interesting than you. That is Trump derangement syndrome on the utmost degree. The man cannot name a single policy position he likes about Kamala Harris. Not one. He just hates Donald Trump. It sounds like a very, very angry man. Caroline Levitt, we deal with these angry people all the time. They really don't like us very much, do they?
No, unfortunately they don't. I didn't have the great pleasure of listening to that conversation, Rich. I caught the tail end, but sounds like you were dealing with someone who has a classic case of what we call TDS, and is so blinded by their hatred of Trump they can't see what's good for our country, and it's too bad. But it's fueled by Kamala Harris and Joe Biden and the Democrat Party. When you call someone a Nazi and Hitler for 8 years, deranged people believe that to be the truth, and it's very sad for our country.
Let me ask you, when we get called garbage, when we get called deplorable,